Hey everyone, welcome to the Daily Millionaire News. And in fairness, I am recording this one the evening before you are watching this. Can't do this one live for you because I will be somewhere around Hawaii when you all are watching this, as we are going out to Asia for Chinese New Year and to have some fun. So we are going to record this in the evening, did all the basic reading, and got a lot of good stuff to share from you. Do me a favor, heck, we're recording this the evening before. If you do watch this series and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, ask your friends to subscribe. Let's see how much we can grow while I'm not even in the country. But on to that. First off, we got to talk about this virus that started off in China. We just had our first confirmed case in the U.S. Near as I can tell, it's a 30-year-old male in the state of Washington, had just come here from China. There have been cases in Japan and South Korea and the like. It frankly has us a little nervous, the wife more than me. But lo and behold, we went out and bought masks and antibacterial hand soap stuff, and we're bringing more stuff than I had planned to. But we will be well taken care of and probably have some pretty funny pictures taken. So we will see. This is something you have to watch for, right? If this contagion really starts to spread, I think it's 3 fatalities or maybe it's 6 already. 300 infected as of this morning's research. The fact is, it is spreading, and a lot of folks are coming home for their Chinese New Year. So pretty interesting timing. So we're going to need to watch this. My hope is this is just a really bad flu or pneumonia and it kind of burns itself out. But the fact that it is contagious people to people has to have you a little bit concerned, especially if you're traveling to that part of the world like I am in like 12 hours. So next up, we got Boeing. Boeing is it's struggling, but it's got to get through this stage in order to recover. They're talking about the 737 MAX not flying best case until the middle of the year. I frankly think that is optimistic, but we shall see. They just, yesterday's news talked about raising $10 billion. They're no longer manufacturing it, which I think is comical. It's almost been a year. They must have a lot of planes stored in some warehouses in some desert somewhere. So we need to see what's going on there. They need to get through this. They're going to take some hits along the way. We'll see. My thinking is they'll get through this eventually, but it's going to be a hard 12 to 18 months, and that's unfortunate. The stock market took a big hit today or yesterday. As you're watching this, I think it was down 150, 152. A lot of that was Boeing. They did have there were decent earnings after hours. IBM jumped out to me. First time they had a strong beat in what seems like a decade. So it'll be interesting to peel that apart. Looks like hybrid computing or hybrid cloud was the headline that I saw. But we'll see. Maybe, I don't see anything that slows this economy down. For example, United Airlines had 40% increase in profits. Blew it out of the water. Why? Cheap gas, cheap fuel, and strong demand. Man, can you have another sign that the consumer is strong, that when United Airlines sees good passenger usage and strong demand? And by the way, it helps to have cheap fuel. So again, United Airlines, again, pointing to the consumer being fine. Netflix is one of the first FANG stocks, right? Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Alphabet/Google. So it'll be interesting to see how Netflix stock performs early. Probably when you're watching this, right? Their subscriber growth is slowing. They are now trying to show interest in shows like they've never been before, which is that sign of desperation I have seen other companies do when growth starts to slow. And again, if you've been watching these daily videos, we talked about Disney and we talked about all these others, Disney Plus, really coming after Netflix. So this streaming service is going to be competitive. It will become really competitive when we have our first downturn and people have to pick their poison. Right now they have Netflix and Amazon and Disney Plus and all of these others. But it will be interesting to see what happens when the economy slows. The headline that really caught my attention was housing, right? Because again, right, we're a real estate channel. We're looking for what the consumer is doing. We're looking at access to capital or cheap capital is. But they're calling the fact that the U.S. we're 4 million houses short of demand. We have been so underbuilding the last decade that this trough that we have created is going to take a long time to work through. And oh, by the way, we're in a unemployment rate sub 4. So the tradespeople that used to come in and join the crews building homes, they're not there in the greatest number. So it's going to be slow going. And again, it's why I think the economy will be just fine in 2020. We have plenty of things at our back. And oh, by the way, I think housing is going to be a net positive probably for the years to come, probably 2 or 3 years to come. Another thing that I think is good is the impeachment trial is finally underway. I don't understand, or do I even care about all the rigmarole of processes and procedures and all of this stuff. I'm like all of you, or at least most of you, I think that we all think that the Senate is going to, or is it the House, whatever, which one it is, they're not going to convict. You just can't get those numbers in an organization that's dominated by Republicans. They're not going to vote for it. So this is all pomp and circumstance. Get it behind us. This is like one of the last negative things that we have to deal with. Get it behind us. Clear it. Yes, I guess he was impeached, but he wasn't found guilty. I guess that's what you would call it. Is that what happened to Clinton back in the day? I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Just get this behind us. Let's have a good old-fashioned election in November and see what happens. And that's cool. Then it's all talking about the market, right? The traders, Wall Streeters, are worried about the market run-up. What that means to me is the January surprise caught them. Right? They were a little sleepy coming out of December. And they're now saying, whoops, we missed something. The wealthy, again, talking back to Davos, which we talked about yesterday, a lot of them are saying we don't see anything that can stop this bull market. Capital is cheap. The economy is starting to hum along. The trade agreement was signed, and there's talk of phase 2. It's just a lot of good things going on. So when I think about today's daily Millionaire news, the consumer's fine. Look at United Airlines for the latest example. This I don't know what you want to call it. This flu thing coming out of China could be something to watch. If it really starts spreading like wildfire and the CDC starts getting involved in declaring things, that could slow travel. It could have impacts. But if you remember SARS, which I think was 2002, 2003, it certainly affected travel and vacation travel to certain sets of the world. Lots of people were wearing masks. Again, we were bringing plenty of masks with us to Asia. So all is good. I think Netflix is going to be really interesting to watch because, again, what I saw in the little bit that I've read this evening is growth is not what they have historically done. And I thought what they did about trying to show that chart of that movie or that show, I want to call it Watchmen. That's not right. Watcher or something. I thought that was weird, right? Anytime a company starts showing new data to try to convince you that the story is still good, I get nervous. Because frankly, that's what WorldCom and Enron did to me, and I still have those scars to prove it. So, and then the final one is housing. Housing is going to be the wind at our back. It is going to be a lot of fun for the next couple of years. So in the end, my intention is still to do live daily millionaire news. I've got to find out time zone differences. I am certainly intending to do them live, assuming bandwidth is okay. I can't promise they will be in the morning like they are now. They might be midday, I don't know, or evening. Because near as I can tell, I'm still going to be a morning person. I will do them early there, which I think for most of you will be late your previous evening. So forgive me for the next couple weeks. We will absolutely continue this daily videos, but the time zones are going to be a little different. So At the end of the day, thank you for being a part of Daily Millionaire News. Please share this, like it, leave comments. If you're still watching, hit subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Take care.